Hey everyone, Joan Zodianz here, and welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Zundayz. This week we're going to be talking about Neptune going into retrograde and the full moon that's happening tomorrow. So Neptune is going into retrograde on the 21st, which is this Friday, which will create a quadruple retrograde with the external planets, the lower planets, which will be Jupiter, um, Saturn, and Pluto, and now Neptune, which is in Pisces. What this means is that not only are we getting outer stress or external stress from the outside world, our direct environment, it also means that we are now going to have a shift in our emotional energies as well. And it's going to hit us deep. Neptune influences our spirituality, it influences our illusions in this world, in the outside world. Now, when it's in retrograde under Pisces, which is its natural ruling planet, we are going to find a lot of people getting into their fields because Mercury's still in Cancer. And now that it's going into a retrograde, you can find a lot of people diving really deep into themselves, emotionally and even mentally. And be careful for people who are trying to play victims during this time because it's an illusion. Victimhood can be an illusion for people. I'm not saying it's like that for everybody. What I'm saying is that you have to have energy awareness. You have to be self-aware that sometimes situations you could be overreacting on certain situations and being the blaming people and pointing fingers when you are not an actual victim in the situation. So be careful of that. Or other people trying to make you feel guilty or trying to manipulate how you feel or how you act or how you maneuver in life. So be careful with that. And you're going to find a lot of people too who are just not in the mood or who are just very moody or irritable right now, or very frustrated or flustered because a lot of things are being delayed on their outside world. A lot of opportunities seem to be slipping by for a lot of people, or that they're not coming in at all. So we're finding that we're working harder than ever this year. It doesn't mean that you have to give up or that it's useless to work for it. It's not that. I feel like the energy right now in the universe is testing a lot of people's intent, testing a lot of people's willpower. That Capricorn and Saturn and Pluto just does not help being in retrograde because it adds way more pressure than necessary. So we're basically being hard on ourselves for no reason. So just if you feel that that tension is there, remind yourself to be kind and loving to yourself and that everything takes time. Everything takes nourishment. You don't have to rush the process here. And if you just feel better knowing that you can't rush the process, then that might help you calm down too. Things are just getting very complicated because Venus is in Gemini as well, meaning even though our social life is picking up right now, or it's becoming better in certain situations because we're not having as many expectations from people, we are still dealing with a Mercury Cancer. And Cancer and Gemini just are not compatible whatsoever. So our hearts and our minds are just doing two different things right now. So if you feel like, a situation with the person is just not, it's the energy is off, it's because it is. It is. Just give it some time. Give it some time to work itself out. I feel that a lot of people are wanting more freedom at this point, are wanting more creative freedom or spiritual freedom, whatever you're feeling right now, your soul, your energy wants to do something new. It wants to explore without limitations right now. And having a Mercury in Cancer who's very emotionally attached to things can be very difficult for people or very challenging for people because they feel like they're being spread apart two different ways. So you just understand that energy is going around right now and just kind of remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing or why you want to be successful in life or why you're in this situation. And then you have to remember too, because Neptune is going into retrograde on Friday, that you're not trying to, don't be the victim in this situation, be a survivor. Okay. Don't try to point fingers at people. Just understand and accept the situation as is, whether it's good or bad. Take this time to heal. Okay, from whatever it is that's holding you back in life, you should always be healing from it or evolving from it. But try not to hang on to anything right now. This is not a good time to hang on to things because things are being delayed or progress is being delayed right now, or opportunities are being halted right now, you could actually be the one manifesting all this negativity only because you are unwilling to let certain situations go, or you're not willing to heal yourself. And when you don't heal from certain situations, you stop all good energy from coming into your life. Okay. And you don't want to be that person that just does not attract. Law of attraction is very, very, very real, and it's very magical because a lot of people are like, oh, that can't happen for me because of this, and that. The more excuses you make, the more the universe just starts to believe you. You know what I mean? But the more you turn that negative energy into something positive, the universe seems to reward that good energy with more good energy. And lucky for us, a full moon in Sagittarius, which is also called the strawberry moon, is happening tomorrow on the 17th, which is Monday. So please check your time zones for that as well. And what this means for us, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would know this. New moons equals new energy, and new moons and full moons happen every single month. Okay. So at the beginning of this month, we talked about the new moon, and you were supposed to create new energy, new intent. Now you were supposed to follow that up with little goals or actions or what have you in between the new moon and the full moon. And whatever doesn't work, we release it in the full moon, and we empower or we enlighten ourselves under a full moon. It's the full moons are the ones that give us the most energy, the most magic, I guess, or the most power, okay, in ourselves. And the moon influences our emotions, and it influences how we want to receive emotions, good or bad. And that's why intent is very important for our lives. And even though you don't do this under full moon, some people are just not built to do these kinds of things. Just knowing that in the back of your head that you need to create new intent constantly, frequently, so that you can continue to empower and evolve as a person will help you later on in life. Trust me. Trust me, it helps to reinvent yourself almost every month. I know that it's always helped me. Now, full moon, and let's talk about that for a second. So, full moon under Sagittarius, Sagittarius being a mutable fire sign. Okay, so how are we going to empower ourselves? Venus is in Gemini. The full moon is under Sagittarius. We have two mutable signs here. And then we have Mercury in Cancer, which is a cardinal water sign. Okay, it means emotionally we want to be productive. So emotional productivity versus Gemini, which is a little bit reckless and non-commitment. It wants to be a little foolish, but then it also wants creative expression, creative freedom. And now we have Sagittarius, the philosopher, under a full moon. So we are seeking the truth in our emotions. We are seeking the truth of our creativity or of any expression that we have going on right now. Who are we supposed to be? What is the truth of ourselves right now? What is the truth of our world right now, of our existence, of our purpose? So, finding our purpose right now is so important for this part of the year. And it's in the middle of the year, too, and it's under a strawberry moon. So, strawberry moons, I mean, that's just the name of it because people or farmers would follow the lunar calendar for certain harvest, okay? And that's why certain names like strawberry moons and stuff like that is there. Now, I mean, I'm not a farmer, so we're not going to go into too much detail about it, but having a Sagittarius full moon, again, it really teaches us how far we've come along during this year. We have to look back at our achievements or, non achievements at this point. We have to be real and honest and genuine with ourselves. As a centaur, right? Sagittarius being a centaur, it's a dual sign. So it's half human, half horse. We have to look at the beast in us. We have to look at the human in us. We have to look at the light and the dark energies in ourselves. Okay, what do we want moving forward? Who are we supposed to be moving forward? Are we the human or are we the beast? And I feel like a lot of people battle with themselves. And I know I've been battling with myself for the past month, and really trying to think about where I want to go. What is my purpose? What's the next adventure for myself? Where's the excitement in life? Where is the happiness, right? And I feel like we all have to do that. It's the middle of the year. We all have to do that right now so that we can balance the rest of the energy in the rest of the year. Now, if that's not making sense to you, I don't know what will make sense to you at this point. I don't know what will make sense to you. But we are going to pull a tarot card and we are going to see, what do the spirits have to say? What does God want to share with us right now? And then we can see what spiritual advice do we need moving forward. So let's go ahead and just do that real quick. So the tarot card for the week would be the Knave of Wands. So for the Knave of Wands, it's associated with the element of fire. We're starting to re-inspire ourselves or try to find new motivation, new passion somewhere, right? So it can mean that this could be a very aggressive week for you. Look out for people who are trying to start drama. Maybe you're starting drama with other people or in yourself. You're starting a fire. You know what I mean? Whether that's a good fire or a bad fire, like you would have to determine that in yourself. Check your energy this week. And if you happen to have a lot of energy this week, maybe it's more positive energy, because even though we're going through an emotional time right now, again, w- Cancer and Mercury wants us to be productive with our emotions. If you're stuck in your feels, you're not doing anything with it, that shit is on you. But if you take that emotion and you mix it in with the good parts of Gemini and Venus, and now in Sagittarius full moon, you can find that emotions can be a motivator or an inspiration for all of your new projects moving forward. It's finding the deeper meaning to something that is important for you moving forward. So try to change your perspective on things too, because again, with Neptune and retrograde in Pisces, we are going to be faced with a lot of illusions. And it's up to ourselves to, determine what's real and what's fake in our lifestyle, in our environment right now. And you're going to find a lot of people doing that. And a lot of people are getting sick of like fake ass clones and fake people right now, fake influencers right now. People don't want that in their life anymore. They want something with more depth, with more meaning, with more fire. You know what I mean? And it's just getting to that point, and I know you can feel the friction, you can feel the tension in the air. Everybody can right now. And maybe even in your own personal life, you'll be able to feel it too this week. But try to take all those negative emotions and flip it around, turn it into something more positive, positive production for yourself. You don't want to turn back to old habits. You don't want to turn back to something that's just not no longer good for you or good for your energy, okay? So even though with the Knave of Wands, we want to, stick our staff somewhere. That sounds sick, but we want to make a name for ourselves. We want to start creating a legacy for ourselves. We want to move forward and just feel more confident about ourselves. And the only way to do that is to really reflect. And I know I say that every week, but it's such a huge thing and people don't do it. I don't understand why. Reflecting on yourself and your self worth and your value will help you bring value to your life. Seriously. So again, this could be a good week or a bad week for some people. I felt like a lot of it is it's turning aggressive to the point where you cannot continue living that comfortable lifestyle anymore. Everybody has to make a change so that the world can change in a more positive direction. And that's what all those retrogrades are doing to us right now because they are external planets. So they are affecting our outer environment and the world is changing and our community is changing. And we're going to see a lot of that in the next few months. Okay. So that's it for this week's podcast or this week's horoscopes, you guys. I will see you guys next week. I know I've been kind of lackadaisy or whatever with my videos, but a lot has been going on for the past few weeks, and hopefully you guys understand that. But at this point, I always tell people I live for myself, so whatever is good for my energy, I'll do it. Whatever is not good for my energy, I won't do it. And everybody should feel that way. We still have to have specific boundaries to sustain our own happiness, to sustain good energy in ourselves. And you should be always working towards that. Being happy is hard work. So see you guys next week and talk to you guys.